I told y'all Terence Crawford was going to go out there and win that fight. I told y'all from day one. They say he was too small. They say he was too weak. They say he was jumping up too many weight classes. They say he was going to run. They say his resume was weak. And he went out there and he put up a masterclass. He kept his jab on him. His footwork was great. Canelo had a great fight too, but Terence Crawford met him in the middle. He said, I'm not going to run. I'm going to meet you in the middle. Take one to give one. They say he couldn't take Canelo's power, and that's what he did. He took his power and gave one right back like I said he would. I told y'all, styles makes fights. Styles makes fights. Canelo Alvarez is an amazing fighter, and he fought really good tonight. But Terence Crawford proved to y'all that he is one of the best fighters this generation has ever seen. And I predicted that from day one months ago. People were in my comments telling me I was crazy, going to bat for Canelo, which I understand, but styles make fights. He was too fast. He was too quick. Canelo was getting frustrated. The same mannerisms that he had tonight was the same mannerisms that he had against Mayweather, that he had against Bivol. I could see the frustration because he could not touch Terence Crawford. Terence Crawford was way too fast for him. Way too fast, way too skillful. His style was crazy. He couldn't do anything. It was a great fight on both sides, but like I predicted, Terence Crawford was going to win the fight. He is one of the greatest we've ever seen. Now that I got y'all attention, let that be a lesson to always bet on yourself. Let Terence Crawford be a testimony to always bet on yourself. You know how many people doubted him jumping 3 weight classes up to challenge one of the best fighters we've ever seen in boxing history? And he absolutely put on a masterclass. That's not easy. That's hard work. That's dedication. But guess what? He believed in himself. It was so many people, from fans on both sides, even Crawford fans, did not think he was going to win that fight. And he went out there and was just extremely technical, extremely poised, extremely locked in from the moment the bell rung the first time to the very last round. He was in rhythm the entire fight. What I wanted to see from Crawford is when Canelo threw his first power shot. Once I realized that it did not face Crawford at all, and he was blocking him, and he was taking him to the chin, once I seen that, I knew the fight was over. I knew no matter the weight, Terence was more skillful. He had better footwork. He was quicker. He was faster, and he had more IQ. I knew from jump. It was just, could he take Canelo's best punch? It looked like Canelo was struggling to take Crawford's best punch at sometimes during the fight. I was like, hold on, it's Canelo. I feel like Canelo getting hit a little bit more than usual. But it was a great fight overall. Crawford kept that jab on him. He stayed in southpaw. He did not go orthodox. And he also applied pressure. That's what people said he wasn't going to be able to do. People told me that he was not going to be able to apply pressure to the bigger fighter, especially being Canelo Alvarez. And that is exactly what he did. And then when Canelo applied pressure, he said, let's fight then. He said, let's fight. He took him to the deep waters and he pulled himself back out. Canelo threw one. He threw one right back. Canelo threw his power shot. Crawford followed with a quick jab. Quick 1-2. I predicted from day one, months ago. Like I said, months ago. I told people. I posted on the TikTok. Follow Jay Dreamin' on all platforms. Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube, which we're on right now. I told people from jump that Crawford was going to win the fight. And the same excuse. He's too big. He's too fast. He's too strong. He's too experienced. Crawford's resume is weak. He only fought Errol, and Errol wasn't Errol when he fought him. We don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear that. But all of the excuses, they out the window tonight. I'm glad that Crawford proved y'all wrong. I'm glad that he proved me right, which I knew. You know, and I'm not going to sit and act like I wasn't a little worried about the weight jump. But did I think Crawford was overall a better fighter no matter the weight? Absolutely. No question. You can see
his skills in every fight that he has fought in his pro boxing career, that he has been skillful more than all of his opponents. And just in my opinion, I mean, he is 42-0 now. He done took all the belts. What can you say now? What can you say? I don't think he's going to retire, but if he does, what can you say now? He fought the best. He fought Earl. He fought Canelo. He fought Sean Porter. What more do y'all want? What more do y'all want? Now, I do want to give the benefit of the doubt to Canelo. He did not have to take this fight. He absolutely did not. Now, we'll say they both got paid. They both got paid. That's amazing. I'm happy for the both of them. Canelo, he didn't have to take this fight. He took the fight. He took a big risk. He risked everything. And he lost. But that doesn't take away anything from Canelo. Canelo is still an amazing fighter, one of the best we've ever seen. But styles make fights. Canelo, he tried to give that power to him, which he did. Crawford just wasn't feeling it. Or let me say, I'm not going to say he wasn't feeling it. I'm not going to say that. Because I don't think there's anybody who just doesn't feel, Canelo's shot. Canelo's hardest shots. But what I can say is Bud was taking them. Only one person who I say that didn't feel Canelo's shots was probably Mayweather. That's because Mayweather is just quite literally untouchable. But Crawford left basically unbruised. I didn't see no marks, no scabs, no nothing besides the headbutt eye cut. You could see some bruising on Canelo's face. You could. I'm gonna be honest, you could. But I'm just happy that this fight is finally finished. So now people can fully understand that, okay, now we can reflect back on the Earl fight. Earl, I don't know what was going on with him before the fight, during the fight, but Crawford is that skillful. We all know that now. The Earl fight just wasn't a fluke. Everybody was trying to call that fight a fluke. No, it wasn't a fluke. Crawford is him. He's that guy. He trains year round. He takes no breaks. This is a lifestyle for him. This is a lifestyle. He doesn't take 3-month breaks and, he's a natural fighter. He's a natural winner. He's been training for this fight for a year. The Madrimal fight was a while ago. Canelo fought Skull, a little earlier this year? That Madrimal fight was a while ago. Probably some year in the change. Crawford been training for Canelo. So when I told people like Crawford is going to win this fight by decision, as I predicted, and then it happens, I'm not surprised because I seen it coming. All I knew, if he could take Canelo's best shot, it was game over. Because Crawford is far too skillful for any boxer in today's age. Now, I'm not talking about heavyweights. Obviously, I'm not talking about heavyweights. But I'm talking about up to this weight class is a 3-weight class jump. I told people from jump that Crawford is too skillful. He's far too skillful. He's far too technical. And he's a switch hitter. He could do orthodox. He could do southpaw. He stayed southpaw tonight because I feel like he knew that was Canelo's. He was going to struggle with that a little bit more. I also want to give props to Netflix. I was a little nervous with Netflix, but Netflix stepped their game up. There was no buffering. There was no lagging. The pixels on the screen didn't start messing up. They did an absolutely good job. And the people who made the event, they did an absolutely amazing job. This is a great event as a whole. I'm proud of everybody. Everybody's execution was amazing. The stadium, Allegiant Stadium, I'm very thankful that they held this event because it looked really neat. They're about to make a lot of money. Everybody who was a part of this, whether you're a commentator, a fighter, the people who created the fight or held the event, the stadium, the owners, everybody involved is about to make good money from this fight. I know this fight was sold out easily. It's Canelo and Crawford, just off the name, just off the name. But it was a great fight. I was stating throughout the fight, you get nothing. And when I was saying that, I was talking because Canelo just couldn't hit him. Like, he couldn't do anything. I mean, he hit him, but it wasn't good enough to be like, woo, he wobbled him. No. And they always say Canelo got wobbled a few fights ago. Man, how many years ago was that? All right, then. Man, I'm just happy. I'm just happy that all the doubters and the haters, they quite literally cannot say anything about Crawford at this point. What are y'all going to say now? I can't say nothing about the weight class. I don't want to hear nothing about his resume. He got all the belts. He done jumped weight classes. He's, 42-0 now. He beat y'all favorite fighter. And I like Canelo, too. He's one of my favorite fighters, too. I'm not going to act like he is. I just like Crawford is my favorite fighter. But Canelo is as well. Canelo, excellent fighter. I really hope he continues to fight. And, he's going to, his resume is already solidified. Canelo, he didn't really need this. That's the thing. Like, his resume has been solidified for years. That's what I want people to understand. Canelo's resume has been solidified for years. He didn't need this fight. This was an add-on. But at least he can say, you know what? I did fight Crawford. He can say that. This can make up for not fighting Benavidez, and that's okay. I mean, I don't feel like, at this point in Canelo's career, I mean, he can fight Benavidez, but what's the point? You fought Crawford. I'm proud of Canelo. He fought a great fight. He fought as best as he could. He went out like a champion. He kept it classy. That's what I like to see from the face of boxing. Canelo is the face of boxing. He makes the most money, and he has the most people behind him as a whole. Even though Canelo was struggling tonight, you could hear the people who supported him shouting, Canelo, Canelo. That's love that anybody will want in a war, in a battle, in a combat sport. He has a great fan base. I'm a part of the fan base. I'm not a bigger Canelo fan than a Crawford fan, but I do like Canelo a lot. He's one of the best we've ever seen. But it was a great fight, man. I appreciate y'all for watching. My reaction, my aftermath, my prediction being right. I appreciate y'all. Follow Jay Dreamin' on YouTube. Well, subscribe, comment, and like. And then on TikTok, please follow the TikTok and please follow the Instagram. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. We on our way up, man. It's a great year. Everything is good. God is good. Y'all be safe.